Hello everyone, E.T. here for another live show on our Wednesdays. I'm joined with my sister.
Hi guys.
Haley, and today we're kind of doing a little quick one from your house.
Yep.
Because if you watched our live show last week, Jose, who's hiding back here, had surgery on his nose.
Yes.
So he is here at the house recovering, and I hear you've been doing a good job taking care of him. How's he doing?
Been trying. It's been a rough week, but
yes.
He's doing better. He got the stents and everything out today, so he's had a rough week of recovery, but he's on the mend. So.
Good. Because it was his nose, right? It was just hard to breathe, so they went in and they did what?
Yeah, one of his nostrils was completely almost closed on one side, so he couldn't breathe out of it. So they straightened it all out so he could actually get airflow through.
Gotcha. So you guys have been the work-at-homers this week.
Yes. Yes.
So since they're working from home, then I decided to come to the home, and we decided we'd do the live feed here.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, another busy week.
Always.
These weeks seem to fly by, don't they?
Yep.
So as you know, we started pre-orders of the Phoenix Dawn paperback novel on Friday.
Yes.
And I guess the good news is people bought the book.
Yes.
So like we were talking this week, it's really hard for us to gauge like what's successful and what's not successful.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's our first product. We've never written a book before.
Nope.
We've never published a book before. So it's very, I guess, challenging to kind of say it was a success or not a success.
Mm-hmm.
But we got some good amount of orders in. And I think by this Friday is the last Friday to pre-order your paperback from apixal.com. And then because I'm putting in the first order for our paperbacks on Saturday from the printer. And then all of the books that we order, we'll sign all those books.
Yep.
And then all those books will be in here in time for us to ship them to you by the book's launch on August 29th.
Nice.
So you have till this Friday to order a paperback on apixal.com to get that. And then after that, we'll kind of just see how much inventory we have left. We also partnered with a local shop here in Cheyenne, Wyoming for locals. So who are we working with?
The Loft.
The Loft, comics, collectibles, and games.
They've been amazing.
They have been amazing.
Very amazing. So.
Yes, we met them, just a couple weeks really after we kind of moved into the downtown area, and they've just been a wonderful, welcoming presence. Another local business, and so we worked out a deal where they're going to be the exclusive carrier of the Phoenix Dawn paperback for our launch here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So we have a launch event happening that Saturday, August 29th, 11 a.m. to 2 at the Loft, where we'll be signing paperbacks and we'll have selling paperbacks, and it'll just be a good time to meet everyone and start getting this book and story out to the world. So, so it's been good. That's happening right now. What else have we got going on?
Mostly just a lot of book stuff right now.
Yeah, this is the last, I think, really heavy book week.
Yeah.
Because right now, like what I've been spending the most of the day today is formatting the ebook. So getting the ebook, the EPUB file ready to be submitted to Apple, Amazon, and Barnes & Noble. So it's just showing them formatting an ebook is a whole different beast than formatting a paperback. Because like the paperback, you just use like a Word document, make sure it looks good, and then you export it as a PDF. Pretty straightforward, set your margins, that kind of stuff. Then ebooks are, if you don't know, are like websites. That's what they are. They're HTML, CSS, Java, XML. So if you want to format your ebook correctly to not have your images like flopping over onto different pages and stuff, you really have to go in there and hand code it. So good news, I got a lot of the beginning part done, and I got the first chapter done. And once you're in the chapters, it's a lot of just copying, pasting, and putting in the new material. So that's what I have left to do this evening. And then tomorrow, I'm reading the book from top to bottom. Last time through, just making sure all the formatting, any words or whatever get looked at. And then Friday, I'll be starting to submit all of the EPUBs to all the big online stores. So, and I have no idea how long those take. I think it could be a couple days, could be a week.
There's always hiccups.
There's always
never
hiccups.
Know.
Like we submitted the paperback to be sold on Amazon.com, which is fantastic. But there's a little snafu right now. Our listing, even though it's active and it shows that there are products available, it says currently unavailable, and it's been like that now for almost 48 hours. So we've been partnering with Amazon. Have no idea why. So it's just one of those things. That's why we give ourselves enough time to either work out these kinks and make sure that the paperbacks get in on time. So, so far things seem to be going according to plan. So next week, after the EPUBs have been submitted, it's a lot of just continuing to get the word out about Phoenix Dawn. We were put on Goodreads the other day, which is excellent, so I'll be sharing that information out. We did a preview.
Yes.
If you want to read the first 3 chapters of Act 2, that's available on Wattpad, which you can read for free online. Just so people can kind of start understanding our story and our characters.
Get a little taste of it. And
get a taste of it.
Hopefully they'll want to read more, so they'll buy the book. So.
Yes. And picking the preview was interesting because... we have the 3 acts. We have the first 2 acts, which are the prequel to the game, and then we have Act 3, which is the game storyline. And I didn't want to share too much from that because I know there might be some people out there who may not want to have the story spoiled in the novel. They'd rather have that unveil them in the game. So I didn't want to share anything from Act 3. And then it was either the beginning of Act 1 or it was the beginning of Act 2. And why did we choose Act 2?
I think just a bigger catch.
Oh, yes.
A smaller chunk to reveal, but a bigger catch.
Yes.
To hopefully hook people to want to read more and buy the book.
Yes.
But we had started at a point where people weren't confused either.
Yes.
So we had to pick the beginning of one of the acts because you didn't want to dive into the middle and nobody had any idea of who the characters are, what's going on, anything like that. So kind of wanted to give a base of understanding too.
And you didn't want to give too much away, but like that hook thing, is really what's a good cliffhanger. And we really felt that the good cliffhanger for a preview came in the beginning of Act 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, the biggest cliffhanger of the book is the end. But we don't want to share that, obviously.
No.
So, no, it's been good. It's been busy. This is kind of the last final week of books. And then next week, we're back in the office and going at the game again. Sprint. So... yes, because we still have that target of November 5th.
Yep.
Which is where we can submit our game demo to South by Southwest. And it would be great if we have that game demo then to start getting into Steam Early Access and getting people into it. I'm getting super impatient. I want to play it now. I see it in my head. It's just a matter of making it. So, And hopefully, like we talked about before, hopefully people really enjoy the storyline. And hopefully that, helps boost up the game and that kind of thing. So definitely a risk, but what's entrepreneurship about? It's always about risk.
That's all it's about. So.
It's all about. So, yes, what else do we have going on? Bunch of book stuff. Submitting that to the ebook store. And what else do we have going on? Well, if you were a Kickstarter... email me, et@apixal.com. I sent out an update last week, so I had some important information in there, so if you haven't read it, read it, and if you didn't get it, let me know, so I can get you that information. What else do we got going on?
It just feels like we're here doing this.
I know.
I mean,
every time we do that, every time it's like, Wednesday is a live feed. It's like, did we just do a live feed like
we
yesterday?
Just did it.
Yeah, it does. It totally feels like
so fast.
It goes by so fast, and so that's the whole scary part about doing something like this. Is it just goes by really fast.
Time goes by so fast, and when you have deadlines and you're trying to meet, it doesn't stop.
Nope, doesn't stop. And next week, I forgot. Next week on Tuesday, I'm going down to Denver to check out the coding school with some business folks. Yeah, so we're kind of slowly getting involved in the very early stages of setting up like a technology/coding school here in Cheyenne. And so we just kind of got that discussions going in the last couple months. And we're going down to one of the coding schools in Denver on Tuesday. Just see how it's run, see what works, what doesn't work, and kind of what the plan may be. But I think, if the idea of the school flourishes, I think it's a wonderful way for a startup like ours to get involved and really promote technology and education and coding. So I think it'd be really exciting. So we're going to go down there and check out that school in Denver, which should be really exciting. So what do we got going on this week? So we're finishing up the book. We have the game sprint starting next week. And then probably starting in September, which is going to be here before we know it, we'll start doing some more live shows. So you can watch Haley do some designing. You can check out Jose doing some materials and particle stuff. And then, like I said, I'll do some live feeds of me programming.
You'll probably get more followers than anybody.
I know. It's like, there's really, I mean, if you want to learn how to program, sure. But, I mean, there's nothing other than just watching me sitting there type.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so stay tuned about that. And we'll post all that stuff, obviously, on our community as well as our newsletter. So all that good stuff. So if you have any feedback on the story or the book so far,
Yes.
if you go to Wattpad and you read those first 3 chapters, let us know. You know, it's like we're in that nervous point where now it's starting to get out there, and
we want to know what people think.
Yeah.
We want honest feedback. We want to hear how the book's being received. So.
Yes. So that will give us an idea of whether or not we're continuing to be on to something,
Yes.
or we're just completely lost and have no idea what we're doing, and we
Help
should
us
just
find out.
Yes, please help us find out whether or not we should continue this venture or not. So, anyways, I guess I will wrap up our live feed Wednesday. So, as always, a pleasure, a treasure, a draw I cannot measure. We'll be back next Wednesday for more update. Hopefully we'll have our ebook submitted by then. We'll be kind of in the middle of our first game sprint, so we'll have some updates there. And as always, we'll continue to work hard and hopefully surprise and delight the world.
Yeah.
I guess you could say
That's
so.
the goal.
That's the goal. So, all right, everyone, thank you very much. We'll see you next Wednesday, and have a great rest of your week.
Yes.
All right, bye.
Bye.